Sup nerds, today we have ShineGreymon Ruin Mode Turbo versus Mirage. I start us off by hatching Koro, Evo and Agu for 0. Playing Yellow Mimbu, Scourge in top 4. I add the Geo, put Shine on top. Alright, Chris hatches Wanyamon. Plays Blue Memory Boost, Scourge's top 4. Sees a rookie, unfortunately. Evo's in a Betamon and raising. And plays Thomas and draws a card. So I play Agu for 3, Evo and a Geo for 2, and then Geo effect, I play the Marcus for free. Then Chris's turn at 2. He stays in raising, activates a mental training, adds the Gaogamon, pops Mimboost, goes back to 2, and plays Thomas for 4 to give me 2. So I stay in raising, pay 1 for Marcus, then pop the Mimboost to go to 3. Play Agumon, Scourge top 4. This is one thing I like about the memory boost over trainings, is you can do stuff like this, because I was still needing pieces. I swing with Marcus, draw from Agu, trigger Marcus. Evo and a Rise for free, trigger Rise. Play Marcus, tap Marcus, gain a memory, and then 3k, 1 check. Sag, check a full moon. He bounces the Rise back to my hand. And then I Evo and a Geo in raising, and then he goes to 3 from Thomas. So I have 7 cards in hand at the start of his turn. He promotes Betamon. Pops Training. Evo's into Gaogamon for free. Bounces my Agumon back to hand. Now I have 8. He swings Security Jamming. Draws 1 from Wanya. Taps Thomas to unsuspend. Evo's into Arrow Digimon for 3, goes to 0. And Evo's into Mirage for 4, bounces top of my security to my hand. He gowns 1 memory from his inheritables and 2 from Mirage, and then I go to 3 from Marcus. If I had a Mega in my hand, I'd be able to answer that Mirage so easily, but sadly I just don't have one. So I promote, gain memory from Geo. I do not pay for Marcus. I Evo and a Rise for 3, trigger Rise. I play Marcus for free, tap Marcus, minus 3k on his Mirage, and gain a memory, and then I have to trigger my inheritables. So I trigger Koromon minus 1k first, and then I trigger Agumon to draw a card. And when I draw, that'll trigger his effect, so he gains 2 memory, and then I draw from the Geo. So thankfully it didn't pass turn, and I was hoping to rip a Mega. Any of my Megas would have answered the Mirage, but sadly I just didn't get there. I play Agumon, Scourge top 4. Still no Megas, so it's not like I was like right there and whiffed. Just not in the top part of my deck. So I add Rise, and his turn at 3. Be Gentle. He hatches Bukamon. Evo's into Gaomon. And now I have 11 cards in my hand for all of his stuffs. He swings Security, 2 checks with Jamming. Taps Thomas, we both draw a card. He gains 1 memory from his inheritables, 3 memory from Mirage. And draws from Wanyamon. So 2 checks jamming, 12k, survives. Plays Thomas for 3 memory. Draws 1, taps it to unsuspend. Swings again. And then he Evos into a Korikakumon hybrid for game. He could have just tapped the Thomas to unsuspend again. And there's me talking to him about it. And he was like, yeah, I just saw hybrid and just blinders were on. Which is whatever, it's game either way. So we do drop game 1. By the way, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you're interested in my Ruin Mode Turbo deck profile, link will be in the pinned comment below. And if you're interested in the Mirage deck profile, link will be in the pinned comment below as well. Alright, I make him go first for game 2. He hatches Wanyamon. Evo's in a Betamon. And Evo's into Gaogamon for 2. I hatch Koro. Evo into Agu for 0. Play Agu, Scourge top 4. Max value, pretty nice. Add the Shine and the Marcus and choke him to 1. He plays Mental, chokes me back to 1, Scourge's top 2, adds Zudo. I stay in raising. Evo into the 1 of for 2 memory. Go fishing. Hey! Very good hit. I get to keep turn if I want to, which I do. So I play Marcus, tap it to gain a memory. And then Evo and a Rise for 3, effect a Rise, play Marcus, and then his turn at 3. It feels good doing that versus Mirage since all of their removal is bouncing, so it just puts the MirageGaogamon back in my hand. I don't really lose out on anything if he, air quotes, removes it with something. So he promotes. Because like I wouldn't have done this versus a different deck that's like deletion based or something, because it's the only level 5 I had in my hand. He pops Mental, evos in a Zudo for 1, strips 2 sources, bounces it back to my hand, gains memory from his inheritable. Swing Security Jamming. Survives, checks a yellow Memboost. Thank you so much. Alright, then he plays a Gaogamon for 5, and then I go to 3. So I promote. I do not pay for Marcus. So when he does this, what it tells to me is he has another Zudomon in his hand, and if he doesn't, he's trying to bluff a Zudomon, which is fair. I mean, it's not a bad play. He could also just not have a rookie in his hand, or be saving the rookie for his hatch on his next turn, but just something to think about. Just be aware of when your opponent hard plays level 4 against you, when they're clearly running ace cards, because there's one right next to it. So I Evo into Geo for 2. Pop the Memboost, go back to 3. Evo and Rise for 3, effective Rise. Play Marcus. Evo into Shine. Effective Shine, suspend all 3 Tamers. I'm -8 on the Zudo, 4 on the Galga, another 6 on the Galga for my Marcuses, gain 2 memory, draw a card for my Inheritables. They're both Giga dead, and then he loses 3 memory from Ace Overflow. Sadly, I don't have a Ruin Mode in my hand to Evo into for free off the Marcus effect. I was hoping to rip it. If I had, I would have Evo'd into it before I started attacking here. So I'm 14k, 2 checks. Survive. Check 2 Tamers, which isn't the best, but it's better than dying, I guess. Then I play Agumon, Scourge top 4. There's a Ruin Mode, thank you. And then he goes to 3 from Thomas. So he hatches Wanya. Evo's into Gaomon. Kind of sucks for him here because, like, his removal, as I said earlier, is bounce based. So, like, in order to keep from getting Ruin Moded, he has to bounce that ShineGreymon back to my hand, which obviously doesn't feel super good if I can just go into it again. So he full moons for 8, bounces my Shine back to my hand, then gains some memory from the number of cards in my hand. And then my turn at 3, I hatch Koro. I do pay for Agu. Evo and Agu and Raising. Evo and a Geo for 2. Swing on him, trigger Marcus, Evo and a Rise, effective Rise. Play Marcus, 3k, 1 check. Survive, let's go. Then Evo and a Shine for 4, effective Shine, suspend all 3, gain 2 memory, trigger Marcus, Evo and a Ruin Mode for free, and then his turn at 3. Minus 5k on his field until the end of his turn. And I have 10 cards in my hand now. So if he has another full moon, it obviously doesn't feel super awesome again because, like, I just proved I can do that from a rookie. So he Ice Walls for 1 memory. And then full moons for 8, and then gains some memory back and puts me to 4. So I promote. And right here, I actually choke. Like, this is 100% about to be a misplay. I just don't think about the math and whether or not I can lethal him here. I just do the math wrong, basically. So I pay for both Marcuses, go to 2. That was the mistake. What I should have done here is paid for 1 Marcus, gone to 3, and then used Agumon's effect to turn one of my memory setting Marcuses into Digimon. And I would have been at 3 here. So I use Agumon on that Marcus. So the only misplay is the paying for an additional Marcus. So I swing with the Marcus, I gain a memory, lose 2, and then 3k, 1 check, survive. And then right here I'm like, oh, math is hard. So I swing and this passes turn, survive, then his turn at 3. If I just hadn't paid for that second Marcus, I could have swung for lethal with the Agumon. Oops. Also, we have our first Chet here. Chris did not draw for turn, and I think that's solely because he drew a card off the Thomas check out of security, and his brain said, you drew for turn already. He promotes. I'm hoping that doesn't cost me the game. It's really good that that Agumon is the Agumon that can just turn a Marcus into a Digimon. Because even if he bounces it, I can hard play it and, like, just use its effect and swing if he doesn't set up, like, a blocker or something. He goes into Galga for 2. He swings security, draws 1 from Wanya. It does not have jamming, so he does die. And right here, I ask him straight up, I'm like, is it not going to matter that I just choked? And he said, no, it's not going to matter. So he plays Gaogamon for 5, gives me 4. I hatch Koro, pay 2 for my Marcus I. Evo into Agu for 0. And then I should use my Agumon effect to turn Marcus into Digimon too, but I swing with Marcus. He blasts into Zudo, bounces that guy, and then I swing for game. So we do take game 2, despite us choking lethal on our second to last turn. So we force a game 3. Alright, so he makes me go first for game 3. Sag. I hatch Koro, Eva and Agu for 0. Play Agu for 3. He hatches Bukamon. Eva's in a Gaomon. Plays Mental, Scorches top 2. Adds a blue memory boost. And plays blue memory boost, Scorches top 4. He adds the Betamon. And my turn at 2. Evo into Geo for 2, trigger Geo's effect, play Marcus. And right here I should have swung with my Geo, I don't know why I didn't. There's no reason not to. I think I may have been afraid of checking a Tamer, but I need to start getting pokes in. Like, it's foolish to leave him there. So I play Agu, Scorch top 4, add Ruin mode, put Shine on top. His turn at 3. He promotes. Pops Training, Eva's into Gaogamon for 0, plays Thomas off of the effect, and then Thomas effect draws a card. You know what I think it was? I think that was my only level 4 in my hand, so I didn't want it to die to a security check. I think that's what it was. I still think I should have aggroed him. He evos into Mock Gaogamon for 3. I have 4 cards in hand, so he gains 2000 DP and blocker until the end of my turn. He swings security, jamming, bounces my rookie back to my hand with his attack. 9k jamming, 1 check. Survives. You know what would have been really funny here is I was playing like one random BT15 Garudamon and just blast evoed into it, played a Tamer and blew up his mock. That'd be so funny. We need an Ace Rise Greymon is what I'm saying, Bandai. Give it to us. He pops Memory Boost, goes to 2. Eva's in a Mirage for 4, bounces my Geo back to my hand. Gains 1 memory from Mirage and then unsuspends from the Mock Gaogamon Inheritable. Now he's 15k with blocker on my turn. I'm just forced to Evo and a Geo and choke him back to 1. Nothing I can do here. And I have 7 cards in my hand now. He actually forgets to hatch here. That's good for us. So he plays Gao, we both draw, and then he gains 2 memory off the Mirage effect. I actually think that was a mistake. What he should have done is swung with Mirage first, because it has jamming, so like the only thing you die to is removal here. And then hard play the Gaomon, and that would have unsuspended the Mirage, and you could have got an extra check out of that. So he swings security jamming, survives. Taps Thomas, unsuspends. Swings again, survives. So yeah, like he could have got us to 1 security if he had just played that Gaomon after the first attack. And then he plays Mental Training, probably give us the least amount of memory as possible. I think that's the only way besides Ice Wall he can give us less than 3 memory. Alright, so our turn at 2. Mad Unforge. Because of my Agumon inheritable, I actually would pass turn if I promoted and swung with my Marcus and Evo'd into Rise. So I couldn't Ruin mode him, so I'm forced to Wyvern's Breath the Mirage, and then his turn at 6, he hatches, Evo's into Betamon. I'm just hoping he can't build back up, or just randomly lethal me with like a hybrid or something after swinging like 2 times. So he plays Gaomon for 3, Scorches. Adds Thomas, trashes the rest, because that makes sense for a Mirage deck. One day Bandai will release a support that makes that card make sense. He swings, it dies. Plays Thomas, chokes me to 1. I'm assuming he just doesn't have level 4 in his hand. So I promote, pay 1 for Marcus, swing with Marcus, draw from Agu Inheritable, trigger Marcus. Evo and Rise for free, trigger Rise, play Marcus. And then Koromon minus 1k on the Gaomon, then 3k, 1 check. Do die. He goes away. Evo and a Shine for 4. Effect to Shine, suspend Marcus. Effect to Marcus, Evo in a Ruin mode. Minus 5k on his field until the end of his turn. And his turn at 4. Now I have 9 cards in my hand. It's unfortunate because I assume he has a full moon in his hand, because he seems to be playing at least 2 to 3 of them. So he full moons for 8. Gives me 4 and then gains some memory back. Puts me to 2. I hatch Koro. Evo and Agu for 0. At this point, I'm forced to just set up and hope that he doesn't have a hybrid for game. So Evo into Geo and Raising. And I'd prefer to be able to put that Marcus in play, one of my memory setting Marcuses, but I don't want to give him 5 memory, because like I'm just begging for him to lethal me. So I don't want to give him more than 3, because that's what his memory setter is going to give him. So Evo into Rise, and then his turn at 3. If I had a memory boost, I would have played that instead. He promotes. Swing security, draws from Wanya. And hybrids for game. So we do drop it 1-2, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy seeing this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.